Hello, welcome to my channel. Renzo here. Okay, today we're gonna paint this beautiful owl. Okay, the colors I'm gonna use are titanium white, cadmium yellow deep hue. I need to move this a little bit up. Okay, brilliant red, ultramarine blue, and Mars black. The brand I'm using is Reef, and my brushes, all of them are synthetic brushes. I have this filbert, round, and this the diagonal brushes. And you see I have like, it's not like I'm gonna use all of them, but definitely I'm gonna use maybe more than 6 or 10 brushes. Okay, I have the drawing ready, and I have posted the image in here in the YouTube community. You go to my channel, look for community, you're gonna find the image there. Hello Michael, hello Monique, hello meeting. Okay, I have this color image here to my left, and I have this black and white image up here. You know, we need to see the value differences, and when we don't see the value differences is when we start having problems with trying to create the three-dimensionality of any object. I'm gonna separate here the portion for mixing the colors, and I'm gonna split my, you know, this is the I'm using a canvas, and I usually use this portion of the canvas as a palette. I'm gonna split this in two. Okay, here I'm gonna mix my lighter colors, here I'm gonna mix my darker colors. Okay, you can see so clear in the upper image the light and the shadow. Okay, now let's mix. Basically it's just white, so since you know light, it has some temperature. In this case I'm pretty sure it's a little bit warm. I'm gonna add a touch of yellow. Okay, just a touch of yellow. Okay, now let's paint the light here. I'm gonna mix more, just white and yellow. With this I'm establishing a warm light. All the areas where I see light. Okay. A little bit more. I just use water. I don't use any medium. Now you wanna blend the light and the shadow. Just go. You have to go a little bit faster and blend in both while they are still wet. But you can let it dry and then add the shadow and kind of fade the shadow on top of the light. have light here. Now let's think about the shadow. Okay, I'm going to use a different brush. I'm going to mix white. You can see the shadow is a little bit bluish here. Obviously it's because of the sky. And here it's a little bit greenish. You know why? Yes, imagine if the light is coming from here. We have a warm light. We have more light from everywhere. We have the sunlight and the skylight. Remember, okay? When the sunlight hits here, we see a little bit of yellow. This light is gonna bounce back. Okay, if this brings yellow, it's gonna take a little bit of the grass below here, green. That's why we see a little bit of greenish here. And this bluish here is because why? The skylight. The reflected light is just hit here. And this is a little bit of shadow with the skylight. Skylight is what? It's a bluish, weak light. Okay, that happens all the time. Now let's mix white, a touch of blue, a touch of black. By spraying water on my palette. First, I just want to be sure to get this value right. I don't want to just think right now that this is greenish or bluish, just one color. Okay, let me see. I'm checking out the upper image. I'm checking out both images, okay, to see if the shadow is okay. Squinting down my eyes, I think I'm gonna go a little bit darker. Black and white, a touch of blue. A little bit of water. Let me see. Now, if you like, you don't like to use black, you can just mix, you know, the right amount of blue, red, and yellow, and get to a gray down color, grayish color like this. Any option is going to be okay. I prefer just black because it's just easier, and I prefer to simplify things for me. I mean, you know that color is important, but the color could be right, but if the value is not right, okay, I mean, you're gonna feel that, you're gonna see that that hurts your painting more than the color. That's why we have to pay always attention to values, and we should always work with a black and white image. You know, if you don't have a black and white image, what we do is obviously to see these value differences, we squint down our eyes a lot. Okay, that's the only thing that we can do. Oh, hello Lori. Hello Javier. Hello Amy. Hello Silver. Feather. Hello Rosangela. Hello Lori. Hello Margarita. Okay, I think I have this okay. I want to paint a little bit of this branch here. Maybe this is too dark, maybe it's too light. I mean, I'm trying to get close. It's not about being perfect right now, but definitely we want to see the difference between light and shadows, okay? Add a little bit of light here. Light. Light. Okay, let's see this. You add a brush stroke and you want to blend that. You take a clean brush, you wet this brush, take out the excess of water with paper towel, something like this, and then you soften that. Okay. You can do that on any edge just to soften the edges. Like for example here. Okay, let's see. The beak is here. Yeah. A little bit of a shadow there. And then you use this brush, it's wet, and just soften that edge. Okay. Now let's paint the background. Okay. For the background, it looks like a kind of a brownish, orangey color. Okay, we start mixing orange, and we're going to darken up this orange. Okay, we can darken up this orange with black or blue, it's up to you. Okay, let's use a little bit of blue. Now when you use blue, maybe you're gonna see this kind of violet. You add yellow. If this color turns out kind of greenish, you add red. Okay, that was too much white. If this happens to you, you repeat again. Okay, more yellow, more red and blue. Yellow, red and blue again. It's too reddish, you add blue and yellow. It's too greenish, you add red. Okay, let's see. Well, I need a touch of yellow here. I'm gonna add a lot of water. I'm gonna get close this. I don't want to make it. I don't have like a lot of time. You have more time. You're gonna spend more time here mixing the color, trying again and again. If you are planning to paint with the video, you can pause the video and spend more time mixing. Just be sure about the value. See the difference between the value, how light or dark is this color. If the color is too orangey, we can change it later. It's kind of greenish, we can change it again. Right now I think it's kind of reddish and it's close in value, close in color. It's not perfect, but that's okay. That's perfect for me because I need to see something, okay, in order to make a correction or work on top of this color. I prefer that instead of trying to mix or spend 20 minutes mixing on the palette trying to get the right color. I'm gonna prepare more blue, red, yellow. Mix. Okay, a touch of white. Again, if you feel this kind of violet, you add yellow. If you add yellow with blue and you feel kind of greenish, you add red. You know what I'm doing? I'm using the complementary color every time. Every time that you add this kind of reddish, I add blue and yellow, that's green. See here, every time that is violet, I add yellow. Every time that is kind of greenish, I add red. Always the complementary color. Okay. There is another way to do this faster. Yeah, you can add black and white and gray down the color. I mean, nobody's gonna recommend that, but definitely it's faster. What happens when we add black and white? If you're not used to use black, maybe you're gonna end up with muddy colors. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow here and white. Okay, this is too light, I think. Let me see. Yeah, that works for here. Okay, now that I have this, I'm gonna move just respecting all the time this value difference. That means that if mixing a light color here for this area, I'm not gonna go with this color over here because I think, oh, I see a reflected light here. No, okay, even the reflected light here, it belongs to this group of darker colors. Okay? And that's why we don't want to get kind of confused for what we think we see. We want to just respect this. Our palette is going to be our guide. Okay, speaking about values. Okay, Javier, bye, take care. Okay, I just read the comments here. Okay, now let's add more colors and a little bit of detail. Okay, don't think about adding a lot of details right now. There is some color and more values. We still have just two values, light and shadow, in the background. You know, here in this area, but we can count you know, thousands of value variations, but we can count at least 10 or 15 variations, from one darker to a reflected light here. Okay, we're going to try to get close to that, and with that get close to the color. Okay, I'm going to start mixing here for the light area. I want to check out my black and white image again. Where is the latest light on this hour? I think here is on the head. Let me check out the black and white image. Another thing that you can do is darken up this black and white image to see clearly where is the latest light. I think obviously all this light this is gonna be my lightest light, and it's gonna be lighter here, but not lighter here and here and here, but not as bright as this one. Okay. Obviously, that's a really subtle difference. Okay. Again, I'm mixing white, touch of yellow. I'm gonna start making some brush strokes like this with a round brush to kind of imitate the feathers. And we're gonna do this a lot with more variations all over his body. Okay, I work a little bit here, and then I'm gonna move here. I'm not trying to finish up the face and then move to just a little bit here, a little bit there. Step back and see the whole painting. Okay, I know that I said that this is gonna be a little bit, I mean, not as bright as the head, but right now you can use just one color, this color, and go all over the lights and layer, make a difference, like use a glaze, a really transparent glaze, and darken up the lights here. Okay, and even light up the lights here on the face. About the amount of paint you add, it's up to you. You can add a lot of paint, just make it thin, make it thicker. Obviously, not too thin. Too thin. You need to. I mean, you know, the acrylic is kind of transparent. Every painting is kind of transparent, and if you don't add enough paint, okay, the drawing is gonna show through. Any previous layer is gonna show through. Hello, Nix. Nix is looking for a gesso alternative that doesn't absorb my oils as much. Hello, TT. Hello, TSO. Okay. Now let's work on the shadows. I'm gonna use a different brush. Let me spray water here on my brushes. Okay. Mixing black and white and blue. Okay, I'm gonna work this side of the face, the shadow here. Let me see. Yeah, more blue, white and blue. applying brush strokes the follow. You see the volume of the face, and at the same time you follow the direction of the feathers. Okay, we can call these feathers. This is what, tiny feathers or the hair? I don't know, but in any case, I'm trying to follow that direction. Okay, that means that here I'm not making a brush stroke like this. I'm making a brush stroke like this. Okay, the same here. Okay, we have to go slow, and there's always a lot of back and forth, because maybe we're gonna realize that the color we added is too bluish, too gray down. We have to retouch again and again. That's part of the process. Okay, now I think this is too bluish. That's okay. I'm gonna go back over there in a minute. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow here. I'm gonna have this greenish variation, okay? And I'm gonna work in this area here. Again, I'm following just the same brush strokes, same direction. Okay, more yellow here. Okay. Remember, the only thing that you gotta be aware is that acrylic dries a little bit darker. Okay, and maybe sometimes you're adding a brush strokes and you see them pretty clear, and after a few minutes it kind of disappear. You see then really a little bit of what you've seen in a minute ago. That's okay. I mean, just add more paint again. It's not like a lot, it's not like a huge difference. Okay. More white, more yellow. I'm stepping back. Okay, I'm gonna keep this brush here. I'm thinking that I'm going to go over here again. Again, all my brush strokes I'm following the same direction. Okay, it's like here's all of them are going to the eye. need to light up here, or white. And usually we spend a lot of time just adjusting values. Once you have the color, it's gonna be just about making it lighter or darker. Okay, it's gonna take a little bit of time to get to the right value. Just try to remember that don't add any light color on the shadow. Okay, a common mistake sometimes is we see this reflected light here, and we think that this reflected light is as bright as the color here on the light. And we make a really light reflected light in this area, and then we start just losing the value control. We need to always keep. That's why I prefer keep this line here, light colors, dark colors. Even that one color, maybe this looks lighter than this. Maybe I think, oh, I gotta put this one here. No. Okay, I just keep it here. If you put it here, you realize that how dark it is. Okay. Okay, just thinking, stepping back, squinting down my eyes. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna use this brush again. Let me wet my palette. Okay. More yellow, a touch of white. Okay. Okay. Getting close to this between this color difference. I have this one here and this one here. Maybe you're gonna be able to get this right away. If not, this is my best option. Just be patient and going over and over again. Okay. Squint out your eyes. Try to see. I think I see a little bit of this color even here. This area, just a little bit. You know, remember that this is the light from the reflected light from the floor. If the, let's say that, not the floor, you know, the grass here. Let's imagine that he's in a room and the floor is red. What you would see is this reddish reflected light here, and this is gonna be bluish. Or imagine this: the floor is red, the roof is green. You're gonna see red here and green here. Okay, That's exactly what's happening every time that we see an image. We see a reflected sunlight and the skylight on the top of the shadow. Okay, and pay attention to that, because that I mean, it's not about just like you're painting for example, an apple is red. I mean, I'm gonna just red. No, no. I mean, you gotta think about the light, and the colors that are around that object. You gotta think about the reflected light, because we're not painting something that is isolated, that is alone, that is not affected by reflected lights. Everything is affected. That's why when we start to understand that, and we always apply that on our paintings. But I mean, I have seen that on my own paintings. We kind of create a better atmosphere, okay, and start feeling the air around the object. Not always, but you know that we're trying to do that all the time. Okay, I'm gonna paint the eyes a little bit. Use black. Use black, okay. Now, let's say that you don't care about this thing about temperature, light, and all of those things. Don't worry. If you have a keen eye, I mean, you'll be copying that because that's in nature. It's not like I don't know about color temperature. I'm not gonna do it. No. Every time that you copy a photograph, you're copying that. We explain that in order to understand the light, to understand what's happening, why the color change. Even if we don't know about that, it's happening anyway. That's it's just to help us to see more. That's theory that help us to see more. It's the same that why we study perspective, why we study anatomy, to see more. Okay, I'm planning to add, I'm mixing yellow and white and a little bit of the black that I have in my brush. Let me see if I can paint the iris. Okay. More again. I have seen an owl maybe twice in my life. This the look of this bird is pretty. How do you say it? I don't know the word, but it's like, oh my God, you cannot stare at him and then more than a few seconds. Okay, here I'm gonna try to make a little bit of the iris. I don't see anything in this area, but that's what maybe is the most amazing about them. Their eyes, and even I don't see that here. I think that's gonna be a nice touch to add a little bit of the iris. it. Different color here, different brush. I'm gonna mix black and white here and a touch of red and yellow. To paint here the branch. The branches are, I mean, it's a really great down color. Okay, using the same color for here. More yellow, a touch of blue. To make it kind of greenish, I'm going to take advantage of this dark color and painting this dark, the shadow here. Okay, I'm going to wet brush, take out the excess of water, and fade this on top of the dry paint. You know you like blending, but you know that the acrylic dries on you and you're not able to blend. Just let the paint dry and then you apply a new layer. And then with a different brush you soften that and you have something pretty close to what we do with oil paint, the blending that you can get with oil paint. No, the other option is just go faster with the mixture and try to blend the acrylic while it's still wet. I prefer to do this. I mean, I don't like to use any other kind of medium to use to make the acrylic dry slower. Because I don't like it. I mean, if I want acrylic dry slower, like oil paint, I prefer to use oil paint. When I paint with acrylics, I love what acrylics do. I mean, dry faster. I love that. Yeah. Okay, I think I have some green there that I shouldn't have. Yeah, look at this green. Yeah, it looks even greenish because it's even close to this bluish color. I'm gonna try to clean out this. Okay. Okay. That that's better. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna work the background again. Let me see, I need to darken up this area to see the right contrast, because right now it's a little bit lighter here and I don't like it. Okay, one thing about when you're about to paint the background, I'm gonna keep a wet brush here. Just as I'm painting the background, I'm gonna be trying to soften the edge. Okay. Okay. Again, red, yellow. White. Let's see. Is this color okay? Let me compare with the photograph. Alright, and it needs to be a little bit darker and greenish. You know, if you're mixing and the color is too green, what would you do? You check out the color wheel. If the color is too greenish, you add red, and it's going to knock down the green. Just be careful, you add too much red, definitely it's gonna end up being green, and you have to start over again. Okay, I have to start over again. Blue, yellow, and now it's greenish. Let me see if this is okay. Yeah, but I need to darken up this a little bit more. Wow, that was too much black. Yeah, if this happens to you, don't consider this like a mistake, like you don't have enough experience. That's what that this is happening to you. No, I mean, this happens to everybody. Okay, I like it, this one, but it's maybe too dark. Not yellow. Yeah, that's better. I think I can add after this green glaze of red. Yeah, and change the color a little bit. But let's see how this works. Okay, here's gonna be one thing that I don't like about any paint. It's not about the material, but especially with acrylics. The problem is a sharp edge. Okay, remember, a sharp edge is going to hurt your painting a lot. Okay, do that. I take out this brush that is wet, but I wet the brush, and then I do this, and then what I'm trying to do is soften the edge. It's not because it's a bird. It's for everything. A sharp edge is gonna just make look like you have cut an image and pasted on top of your canvas, and it's gonna fight the three-dimensionality that all we want when we try to imitate or something that is real. You know, this spherical volume. A sharp edge is gonna fight that. Okay, do that again. Now this means that we cannot have sharp edges. No, we can have sharp edges. That's okay. It's just the proportion, okay? And this is something that we need to get used to, because we love sharp edges. A sharp edge is just like adding details. Okay. Now let's add more yellow and a touch of red. Okay, I think that was too orangey. Let me see. I think it's okay. A little bit of water. And let's paint here. I have to prepare more paint. I don't have too much paint right now. Okay, I made a mistake here. Again, I'm gonna use this brush. I'm gonna try to fix this. At the same time that I'm fixing the shape and softening the edge. Okay. Okay. Now speaking about the edges in this area, we can keep this a little bit sharpened, this soft, this sharpen a little bit. You know, this soft. We can play with that. A little bit softer here, a little bit sharper here. But definitely, we don't need to add. We don't need to make a lot of sharp edges. Okay, the color here is not okay. I wanna correct it. A little bit of yellow, water, and let's go over here. Not too much paint, it's kind of transparent. Again. Okay, remember, don't move even that you think that this color is lighter, that maybe it should be here. Remember, when you compare, there's a lot of difference there. That's why we keep this limit. Lighter colors, darker colors. Okay, don't trust your eyes, trust me. Oh, I love his eyes or her eyes. I think it's a he or maybe a, I don't know. Okay. Let me step back. Okay, I'm going to just to continue establishing the values. Let me use this color. What color is this? Okay. Oh, that's too yellowish, but whoa, I made a mistake here. I need another brush to clean this. Okay, what I wanted to do is just knock down the lights here. Okay, you know that I want a highlight here. This way when you see the painting, you see the face and then you move here. Okay. Now let's add some more color. Right now it looks just like a black and white painting. Even the background is kind of orangey, but you know that what happened, the painting dries and it's kind of you don't get to the right color, but that's okay. You're gonna be able to add more paint again and again. That's not a problem. Okay, Michael saying it's good you're painting different animals. Okay, I'm gonna paint more. Yeah. Hello, Jonas. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Junior Brady. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hello, Maggie. Hello, Leslie. Hello, Lori saying I have only seen an hour once. It was at night. It was amazing. Yeah. Okay, let's add the orange on the feathers. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to keep my brushes here wet. I spraying water on the tip of the brushes here on the hair and put it on my table. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna mix yellow and red. A touch of white. Too intense. Okay. I need to knock down this orange. How do you knock down orange? What's the opposite color of orange in the color wheel? Okay. Okay. Yep. You know if the color is not okay, even here you can use the complementary color. That means you can use a little bit of blue, add a glaze and knock down the orange. Okay. That's the amazing thing about acrylics. see, this is too orangey. I want to knock down this color a little bit. Of course, we sometimes, in purpose, we add more color. Okay, let's say that I'm planning to knock down this color, but right now I prefer to add pure orange. Not pure orange, but really some really intense color. Okay. And obviously I'm planning to knock down this color with another layer of paint. Okay, the intention obviously is to not get rid of this orange completely. Okay, this is kind of difficult to explain, but I gotta let it dry. For example, sometimes we want to paint something white, pretty vivid. Okay, a good idea is paint first a yellow base, an intense yellow base. And you say why? Because that yellow is gonna push the white. It's gonna show through. It's gonna add some different intensity. Okay. And that happens because we take advantage of the transparency of the material, the oil paint or acrylics or anything. But that's maybe. Let me know if somebody have seen somebody paints on top of a different color canvases, like preparing a red canvas, an orange canvas, or blue canvas. When you see somebody doing that, that person is trying to take advantage of that color, and usually that works pretty good with complementary colors. That means if you see somebody painting with a blue on top of a blue canvas, probably this person is going to paint something really orangey on top of that. And maybe you say why? Because of contrast, because those are complementary colors, and the blue behind is going to push this orange. It's going to look more intense than if you painted just on top of a white canvas. Yeah. Now, this is something that investigate about that. It's about color theory exercises that we used to do to understand how we can just get more colorful effects. But maybe you're gonna say, okay, you should do that all the time. Yeah, maybe, but it's not to do all the time. It's just to use it sometimes in smaller areas to add more color, to create some kind of vibration between complementary colors in smaller areas, and sometimes we don't know, but we cannot explain why one painting is more colorful than other painting when it looks like you have used the same colors. Okay. This is too bright here. I don't see any value there. I'm gonna try to move my camera a little bit. Let's see if I can get something here. I don't think I'm gonna get too much. It's just the contrast. Anyway, let's continue painting. One of these days I'm gonna make one of those exercises. It's been a while since I have practiced color theory. I'm mixing white, a touch of yellow, okay? A touch, just a touch, almost nothing. I remember when I saw this owl. It was a kind of I don't remember exactly, but it was huge. I thought these animals were small. I mean, I think there's different sizes, but the one that I saw, it was like, I don't know, like maybe 20 or 25 inches. And I thought, wow, that's kind of a huge bird. Maybe they are bigger, so I'm not an expert, you know. But I was told that they were small. I don't know why. Oops, I keep forgetting to spray water here. I'm trying to follow the same brush strokes, same direction, like all of them are going to the eyes. All the brush strokes kind of gravitate around the eyes. Okay, I'm gonna fade this. Remember to blend, you use a wet brush and you use this. You do this, just this. Go lightly, and there you're gonna have some blending. Okay. More blue here. Okay, I'm gonna read the comments. Hello, Gilbert. Hello, G Brody. As a snowy owl. Oh wow. Jonas is saying one thing that I have noticed between acrylics and oils is that acrylics are less forgiving than oils. Do you think the same? Yeah, okay. Okay, okay. Oh, hello, Barbara saying you're lucky I never seen an owl in the wild. Okay, going back to Jonas' question. Okay. I think it depends. Some people is gonna say that. I mean, they can paint more relaxed with acrylic. Why? Because it dries faster, and that means that you can make corrections after just 5 or 10 minutes. And at the same time, we can add glazes. We cannot add glazes with oil paints, and sometimes a glaze is going to correct any area or color or value really fast, and that's not gonna happen with oil paint. I mean, speaking when I'm painting one session on a prima, okay, obviously oil paint you let it dry and you add glazes. But I'm speaking about like right now what I'm doing, I'm painting a la prima, and as I paint a la prima with oils, definitely I feel that I have more advantages with acrylics. I'm gonna be able to correct. For example, if I want to correct the value here, a glaze is gonna darken up all this area and leave light here. I can change a lot of things. Let me do this. I'm gonna try to erase this as soon as I do it. But let's say that, let me do this. I can create a shadow here. A shadow here on the top, and just, it's like something is blocking the light in that area. Okay, I can make this shadow bluish, violet, cool, anything. Okay, and that's something that I can do with acrylics, but not with oil. With oil I have to put more paint on top of that and continue putting more and more paint, or blend this from the very beginning in order to make a huge change. But with acrylics we have that opportunity, the chance to change a lot of things. Well, I had white in this brush. Okay, and I could darken up this. I can change the contrast faster here. If I don't like, I can add white, let's say in some area, and then add red to make it a vivid red because of the transparency. So many options, and the same way that I can say so many things, so many good things about acrylics, I can say so many things about oil paints. It just depends what you want, what you like. One problem is that acrylic and oil paint are, let's say that, are different. Sometimes I heard some people saying, I want to paint with oils, but in order to practice, first I want to start painting with acrylics. And no, those are different things, okay? Don't think about it that way. You want to paint with oils, you gotta start with oils. If you want to paint with acrylic, you gotta start with acrylics. Imagine that somebody tells you, I want to paint with acrylics, but you know what? I'm gonna start painting with oils first. And when I get used to oils, then I'm gonna change to acrylics. No, that's a different. We kind of try to, even when we switch from one material to another material, we have to kind of switch our mindset. Yeah? Why? Because you cannot apply all the ways, all the tricks or anything that you have for oil paint to acrylics or to watercolor. You know, I mean, about color theory rules, yes, I mean, it's the same for anything. About things that, let's say that, I know that I'm gonna paint with acrylics. I know that I'm gonna be able to add glazes. But now you hand me an acrylic that it dries in 8 hours. And you say, what happened? I mean, this doesn't dry. I mean, I was prepared for the acrylics to dry, to add glazes, to make a lot of changes. I was prepared for that. That's my mindset. I was thinking about that. I was counting on that. Yeah? I was counting that maybe I'm gonna make a mistake here, a value mistake. That's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be able to correct it. Maybe that was too light, too dark. That's okay. I'm gonna be able to correct it. It's like you change, you know. And for oil paints, we have to be a little bit more precise. We can change things, yes, but if you're painting a la prima, you need to be a little bit more precise because you don't want to spend like 10 hours. You know, I'm speaking about la prima, okay? The things that you can do in short time. Now, if you want to speak the good things about oil paint, is because that you can go over, add glazes, add a lot of things, you know. Put more and more paint, the transparency, the possibility to blend when it's wet. Definitely it gives you something different. Yeah. In conclusion, we need to use both. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I need to add some accents here. Let's see, I'm gonna add black with red, just that I wanna get this really dark. And then I'm gonna put more paint on top of this. I just wanna see the dark. Okay. Need more contrast with the background at the same time. Okay, more yellow. Let's see. Oops, I made a mistake here. keeping this brush ready every time that I'm planning to paint an edge. Well, sometimes, yes, I'm about to paint an edge. Why? Because I want to soft that edge, okay? And speaking about that, how fast acrylic dries. If you paint with a really thick paint, thick acrylic, it's gonna last more time. Okay, it's not gonna dry that fast. You try even check out your palette. If I leave this amount of acrylics, maybe in an hour it's gonna be dry. That's plenty of time to work wet on wet. But this thickness, okay, that makes a lot of paint. Okay. Okay, let's see. Just step back. Okay. Lori saying that I prefer both acrylic and acrylics and oil paints. Yeah. Hello, Mary. Yeah, this is acrylic. And yeah, Rakesh is saying pencil. Yeah, pencil too. Now, here on my channel, I have tried. This is too light. I have tried pastel. I have tried oil, acrylics. That's it, yeah. That's it. Yeah. Oh, graphite. A little bit of graphite. I have another channel for drawings. Just for drawings, and I made a mistake, opening so many channels. Not so many, but I have one channel for drawing. I mean, and at the end, I cannot keep posting videos here and there. But for some time, I was doing some live streams on my YouTube drawing channel, You can find a lot of ink and wet pastel, which I think is pretty good. I like that. Okay, I think this is better. This is better, the value is better. Yep. For example, this is a glaze, you know. I'm trying to follow the same brush strokes and darken up all of this area. Okay. I need to add some more shadows here around the eye. Okay, let's continue trying to add some details. Just a minute. Okay. That's my little dog barking, one of my neighbors. Right now I'm using this like a dry brush, no water, not too much paint, and what you see is the texture. You see the canvas. clean some brushes just a minute. Now if I make these feathers too dark, those lines, don't know, I use a glaze and layer up that. The same here. That's too yellowish. Okay, I have to work all over here because you know what I did. I mean that I make all of this darker and I have to paint this again. Blue. Okay. I think I'm doing okay. I had to make that shadow a little bit darker, and I kind of redoing this again. Yep. Now I need a glaze, kind of yellowish glaze. This color is going to be okay, I think. I'm graying down yellowish color. Remember, I need to keep this kind of greenish color, yellowish greenish color in this area. Ooh, what happened here? Oh, Goche. Oh, I have tried Goche too. Okay. Somebody's asking me how to varnish my paintings. I have the varnish here. Oh, I don't have it. Okay. I had it here. I think it's Winsor & Newton. I don't remember, but uh, somebody's asking me about cancel sheet with grammage, whether in oil or acrylics. Oh, yeah, I think so. But for oil, wait just a second. I'm thinking. I cannot think. Sometimes I just cannot think and speak at the same time. Okay, okay. Going back to this. Yeah, you can. For example, speaking about this using paper. My dad is a painter too, and I remember he used to paint on paper, but he prepared the paper like a canvas, and I mean pretty fragile paper. You know that it could be really dangerous, but he was doing okay. I mean, I was kind of, I mean, why are you using paper? It's just because I have some kind of thick paper and I wanted to use it. He told me that, and he prepared the paper with gesso, and that's it. And I think it was okay for him. No, obviously, it's better than no canvas, but at the end, the idea is paint. The idea is to paint. Yeah. But it doesn't matter how, I mean, you can paint on wood, paper. One thing that we have to consider always that usually all the problems we face when we paint, all the problems are about the canvas or any the surface. Okay, it could be too absorbent, and that's gonna be so difficult to paint. It's about the preparation basically. It's not about the surface, like could be paper or anything. But for me, 3 layers of gesso works perfectly. And if I buy my canvas on the store already prepared, I just to add one extra layer. Yeah, because I don't want to take the risk that maybe, you know, once you start adding paint and you realize that the canvas is not okay, yeah, what are you gonna do? I mean, you know, it's kind of difficult. Maybe you're gonna stop and add gesso to the rest of the canvas. Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be really difficult. I have a video here on YouTube that I was preparing my canvases, and it was kind of I had like 6 canvases, and I added like 3 layers to like a couple of them. It just no 3 or 4 layers. I think I sometimes I even add 4 layers. And I remember that I picked up one that it has just 2 layers. It was kind of I got distracted, and I started to paint here in my channel. It was like, oh my god, it was really bad. What can I do? I mean, just pick up another canvas. Maybe I should have done that. What I did is just add more paint, more and more paint. It was okay at the end, but you see the result. That maybe you think, okay, that's an okay painting, but you know how the struggle that I had. Uh, it was really, really tough. I was planning to blend. I couldn't blend. I ended up just adding more and more paint. And basically it's kind of the same always. We always think maybe it's about the brushes, maybe it's about, I don't know, the oil paints, and it's always about the canvas. Always about the surface. It's the same with, for example, with pastel. You know, I tried a new paper once. It was kind of bad. I mean, it was so difficult to work. You know, that's kind of, you don't have the right surface. You're gonna face a lot of problems. I'm using a dry brush. That means that I'm not using water, and it's pretty close to scumbling in oil paint. Okay. I have painted 3 portraits with Gouache or tempera. It's the same, I think. But so sorry, I have them on my Spanish channel. but it was another struggle. I don't know what I did. I did the first one. It was like so difficult. It was a portrait. I think it was been better if I painted still life or anything more, but because it was a portrait, I mean, I struggled a lot, and I said, "What? No, I want to tame this." And then I tried a second one. It was a little bit not easier, but a little bit better. And the third one, it was the best one. You know, it's just about practice. Everything's about practice. But anyway, I haven't tried it again because I mean, for portraits, it's not. I mean, it was just like I said, okay, I'm gonna try something different today, and I did it, and wow! Not even for practice. I mean, for another, obviously for a still life, it's perfect, but for a portrait, no. I'm adding a little bit of an accent here. Some accents here and there. Okay, let's change again to a gel, more greenish color. Sorry that I'm not speaking. I'm just keeping my eyes on the watch here. We know that, I mean, my son is taking swimming classes and I have to take him to the swimming pool. That has changed my schedule a little bit. I'm using a number 0 brush. If you can find this brush, that's gonna be, the name is releasing. Look at that, Corona. Now obviously if you're planning to add more color to saturate, the best option is just add more color to the same areas. Let's say you see a little bit of blue, add more blue. A little bit of yellow, add more yellow. Or more orange, add more contrast to the background. It means that make the background a little bit darker. Okay, you know that you can add contrast by just making things darker. Contrast between light and dark, so value contrast. At the same time, you can make contrast, just color contrast. I mean, obviously, if you plan to add color contrast, the best option, one of the options, not the best, is complementary colors. That means that you're painting something kind of orangey. You can add a blue background, a bluish background. You're painting something kind of, or the other contrast is temperature contrast, you know. Something warm, the opposite, you add something blue, something cool. Sorry, I cannot speak anymore. Okay. Adding a little bit of water to make this transparent. If after adding this effect you feel that it's too bright, you add a glaze, okay? A darker color, and you knock down all these little lines. Okay, everything I think is okay. I'm using this small brush to add more details. Let me zoom in the face a little bit. Hello Eve, hello Jean. Okay. Bye Gilbert. Hello Nikki. I hope you're doing okay, Nikki. Let's add some hairs to the face. I'm gonna add a little bit of highlight here. We don't see a highlight, but I think that's gonna bring more life to his eyes. I'm adding tiny brush strokes. One of these days I'm gonna stay here for 6 hours trying to make something hyper realistic. I know that, I don't know, maybe because I'm just, I love to see the result right away. I don't like to wait too much time to see. That's why I paint basically a la prima. But I would love to, one of these days, stay more time and try to make more and more details. I put my hand, change the color. Oh, Nikki, the image is is in the community. He is here in YouTube. You look for community in my channel. It says community. I posted the image before the live stream. Okay, adding more and more. Let me add some touches of white with yellow, just some touches, okay, just to bring a little bit more color. I don't want kind of see something yellowish. I just want some touches there, and then some blue and white highlights, okay. Remember, the combination between warm and cool colors make smaller areas a little bit more colorful. You wanna know why? Go to my Patreon account. I explain more in detail on my Patreon. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's kind of I do the same. Okay, I need to step back. Hello, Anna. Thank you, Lori. Okay, Nikki. Yeah. Okay, everybody's going for a beer. Oh, that sounds really good. I'm going for a coffee. You know what happened that oh wow, I didn't realize that I was swimming. Sorry, if I forget that I had this in Zoom. The place where I go, I mean the swimming pool, they serve some coffee. There's some really, really good coffee. And then I used to take a cup of coffee and stay there for a little bit. a little bit of yellow. Wow, now I have to go faster, sorry. Remember, keep soft edges. Okay, try to keep soft edges. With acrylics is a little bit more difficult, but try really hard. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think okay. Okay, a little bit bluish here, a little bit greenish here. That's okay. I mean, when we add more paint, sometimes we got distracted and we lost that. It's like after painting, I try to keep my palette like light and dark colors. At some point, I just lose control of this. But we try to keep as much as possible the difference. You know, there's so many ways to organize a palette. You can organize by value. You can organize by temperature. Okay, by temperature that would be one row or cool colors and neutral colors and warm colors. Okay, at the same time taking considering that light and shadows. Yeah. And the simple is what I do. I try to keep always an order on my palettes. Even if I don't mention that, you're gonna see that in the videos. Okay, I think that's it. Getting close to the end. Okay, let me see. I need to add a little bit more of yellow, at least here. This is, yeah, yellow. Let's add some really transparent yellow. Transparent, so transparent. Really transparent glaze. You gotta wait, because sometimes when we add this really transparent glaze, we don't see anything. It's so transparent that it's kind of disappeared. We gotta just wait for this to dry. That's gonna be really fast. And see if we add more. Okay. Wait, you know, maybe when you add this layer you think, oh my god, that's too intense. Wait, we gotta wait for this to dry. Okay, now, you know, obviously I always prefer to work with a limited palette because it's just easy to follow, but if you want to add more colors, burnt sienna, earth colors, that's gonna be really good. And an intense orange. Okay, for example, I would like to add more orange here, but sometimes even that we have yellow and red, we don't get that intense orange. Now, one way that I have to get an intense orange, you know, I did this a couple of days ago. I do this. I first add pure yellow, and I add then a transparent layer of red, and then I get an intense yellow by transparency, one color on top of the other. Okay, but if you get some cadmium orange, then you can get to that without doing this. Anyway, it's up to you. Sometimes we want this transparency, okay? I said that before in the last painting. We just don't mix colors by mixing colors on the palette. We can get some colors when we mix layers, one layer on top of the other. Okay, and those colors maybe are gonna be the more beautiful colors you can get. Because when you got a color by adding one layer on top of the other, you're counting on the transparency, on the light coming through the first layer and bouncing back. And believe it or not, that luminosity make this the color more vibrant. Sí. 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 Pero todavía falta. Alístate. No, sorry, that was my son asking me. Okay, now I'm gonna add red, and by transparency I have orange. No, this is too intense for this bird. I just wanted to show you. Now I'm going to add, to keep the same color, kind of dirt red to knock down this orange. But you have the idea, yeah? And if this is still too strong, the last color we can use to knock down any color is gray, black and white. Black and white, transparent, okay? It's gonna kill any color. Not too much. Okay, that's it, I think. I hope you like it. I gotta go. Okay. Okay. I don't know, read some comments. Hello, Ada. Okay, thank you so much. Nikki, okay. Nikki saying that everybody should join my Patreon account. Thank you, Nikki. Hello, Dita. Okay, okay. I gotta go. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Okay. See you tomorrow. Oh no, tomorrow I have my Patreon classes. See you maybe Monday. Take care, everybody. Wish you the best. I hope you have learned something from here that you can use through your own paintings. And you know the video is gonna be here on YouTube. You can, oops. You can check out the video anytime you want and use it to paint. Okay. Yeah, I would have loved to add more more paint to the to the background. It looks like too transparent, too sketchy. I don't even want to add more colors to my palette. Let's see. No, I don't like this color. I'm gonna leave it there. Okay. You can use your fingers to blend. Backgrounds are always important, okay? You can use a background to create more contrast, add more color to the painting. I should spend more time here, but you know, so sorry that I have to go. Yeah, that's better. You want me to continue painting some birds? Kind of to taking a rest from portraits. Definitely I'm gonna go back to paint portraits. You know, I love painting portraits, but oh, a little thing. I see this line here. Like, whoa, we shouldn't have a line like that. I have to knock down this line. Light up this a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Bye everybody. Take care. Thank you for being here. Yes, more birds of different animals. Okay. I will try. See you tomorrow, Mary. Beer or coffee, both at the same time would be awful. So will the white acrylic darken? No. The white acrylic, I don't think it's no. I mean, in my case, I have to add the white again and again because of my canvas was toned. Yeah? But it's it's just the other colors, you know. But it's not too much, okay? It's almost nothing. If you add the acrylic really thick, this one stay more closer to the same color. You don't feel that effect. I always mention that because you have to be aware about the material, the things the material does, and always when we know that, we're kind of prepared, you know, that to add more lights, highlights, and maybe after adding the paint saying what happened. I mean, I remember that I added this highlight here and I don't see it that bright. Yeah, that's happening. What's happening is that the acrylics dries a little bit dark. Okay, bye everybody, take care, see you next time.